Hey guys, Storm Chaser Norman Smith here. Today we're going to be doing a video on my equipment that I'm going to be using going into this upcoming storm season. Now I've had some of the same equipment. I've been using it since 2021. However, here recently I did get some new equipment for this upcoming season and I cannot wait to use it out in the field. However, first we're going to be reviewing what I have been using since 2021 first. So if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and let's get into it. So this is actually the first camera I've ever had. This is a Nikon D3400. It is a DSLR. It's kind of like an entry-level DSLR. It's nothing too crazy like the Nikon 850 or D850, but it's a really good entry-level camera just to start out on, just to get a feel for the Nikon series. If you're just brand new to Nikon, it's very good. I've been using this again since 2021, and I will go ahead and display some shots on the screen that I've taken from this camera. It's a pretty good camera. It's nothing too crazy. Like you won't get results like you would with the or the D850 or the Z7. But you'll still get some very, very good professional-esque shots. So here's my video camera that I use. This thing is absolutely awesome. I got it for around $1,000. It's the Panasonic HC-VX 981. Very, very nice camera. This thing's very, very nice. And maybe it's not the greatest out there, but for me, it does everything I want it to. Long battery life on this thing. Shoots 4K 60 RAW. It has pretty much every. It's a very, I would say, professional grade camcorder. All the video that you've seen, 99% has been on this Panasonic. This thing is so good. It's lightweight, barely feel it in your hands when you're recording. Fits good in your hand as well, and there's really not much negative to say about this camera. So I went ahead and reviewed the older equipment that I currently have and I still use. Again, so just to review, Panasonic HC-VX 981 4K camcorder, and then the entry-level Nikon D3400 DSLR. Very good cameras and camcorders that I highly recommend, especially with the D3400 if you just started. Panasonic's a little bit more advanced, so maybe that wouldn't be your best camera to start on, but if you really want to start out on a really good camera, this Panasonic is absolutely wonderful. I'll go ahead and link every single one of these items in the description below so you guys can just go and check them out. But this right here is it is the greatest thing that I have right now. And I've never really used one of these before until recently. But this thing just leaves me speechless, just to tell you the truth. So what is it, you may ask? So this is the DJI Mavic 3 Classic. This thing is an absolute unit. With a 4/3 CMOS sensor, or 4/3 CMOS camera. It's the exact same camera that is used by all the other DJI Mavic 3 lineups. The Mavic 3 Standard, and then the Mavic 3 Cine as well, and also now on the DJI Mavic 3 Classic. And the Mavic 3 Classic just came out not that long ago, so beforehand I was really debating about what to get. I was thinking about getting the Air 2S or the Mini 3 series. I was thinking about getting, but once this Mavic 3 Classic came out, I knew this was the one. So the last time I really used a drone was actually during the Hocking Hills tornado damage video. I used, shout out to Colby Bryan, he allowed me to use this DJI Mini 2, and that thing was just awesome in itself, but that really just got me going with, wanting to use more drones in the future and stuff, especially with storm chasing. So, but I didn't want to get a Mini, to be honest. I thought about this, but I really didn't want to get a Mini just because, it really wouldn't do good in wind. Of course, with chasing tornadoes, it gets a little windy. So I want to get something a little bit bigger and more wind resistant. And this thing is a unit with all of it. And again, this thing shoots 5.1K video, flight time of 46 minutes. So this thing has a lot to go with it. Also has these omnidirectional sensors on the side, so you see these little lights right here. these little sensors on the side. Those are actually sensors. So if you get anywhere close to it, or if you fly this drone, you get anywhere close to it, it will actually redirect it. Or if you have one of the RC, controllers over there, actually I do have it over there, but it is just charging over there. It will actually show you the ring around the sensor, so where you can just like pull it in the opposite direction of where you're about to collide into whether it be collide into something, whether it just be whether it be a light pole or a tree or whatever the case may be. But this thing is absolutely wonderful. And I went to you'll see in these videos, I went to Ohio University, my campus here in Southeast Ohio, and I just went around and flew the drone, and my goodness, is the quality outstanding on this thing. So this thing does have a 20 megapixel camera, so pretty big camera. You know, my D3400 has a 24 megapixel camera, but this thing has 20. For how small this thing is 20 megapixels. 12-bit raw color depth. It also has, you can adjust the aperture from, I think, f2.8 to f11, I do believe. So wide aperture range on this camera. And it also has a focal length of 24 millimeters as well. So very, very, this camera is just a powerhouse. I mean, it's basically the same thing as the Mavic 3. And it kind of has almost the same features as the Mavic 3 Cine. Again, it uses all the same camera. But what's really cool about the Mavic 3 Classic, and I never tried this out, was it does have night mode now. So neither does the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Cine does not have this feature, but the Mavic 3 Classic has a new feature called, again, night mode. So you can now go ahead and film at night without it looking really grainy or choppy. I have not used it at night yet, but I will here soon. So again, this thing is just a beast. I'm so happy that I got it. It shoots 4K up to 120 frames per second, 5.1K up to 50. So this thing's very, very, very nice. Overall, the DJI Mavic 3 Classic is a very, very good drone with its price compared to the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Cine, coming in around $17.99 if you decide to buy the controller with the built-in screen on it. Personally, I recommend with the screen because you can see what you're doing. It also has like the sense. You can also see with the sense thing around, just in case you like are really close to an object. But I highly recommend the Mavic 3 Classic. It's a very good drone compared to the other the Mavic 3 models. It's very good. So that will conclude today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe. Hopefully this year we can get that drone up to near a tornado. So no promises, but we're gonna try to get it done. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.